So while we were gone at TFcon, one of the first pieces of news that dropped that everyone was telling us, oh man, oh man, oh man, did you hear? We got to see some of the recent Generations War for Cybertron stuff with the tagline, because it's going to be sublines and stuff like that, called Siege. So this is going to be called, the full name of it, and it's a long one, Transformers Generations War. It's Transformers War for Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Generations War for Cybertron Siege. Long name. So they showed off Optimus Prime, Sideswipe, Firedrive, and gave us a little bit of an idea of what's going on here. The Optimus Prime looks like that's going to be like the Optimus Prime essentially. And I remember in an interview with one of the Japanese designers always saying that whenever you have a convoy or an Optimus Prime character, he's supposed to embody what the gimmick and or aesthetic of the rest of the line is supposed to be. And judging by what it looks like is that the Optimus Prime character here, which is either a Voyager or a Leader class, is going to be having a Micromaster, Target Master, Micromaster Minicon kind of gimmick going on. And that's obviously going to tie into the rest of the news that broke related to this. So you have characters like Firedrive that clearly is the licensing / patent avoidance of the character of Firebolt. The name Firebolt, which is Hot Rod's Target Master from back in 1987, they couldn't use the name Firebolt because Harry Potter patented it, and now that is used for Harry Potter's broom, Firebolt, so Hasbro cannot use that anymore. So they use the name Firedrive. What's interesting is that I don't know if Firedrive comes with Optimus Prime or if he's sold separately. I don't know if there's...
I think it's sold separate. I'm just reading what it says on the top here. And it says something about like the fire.
Oh, you're right.
Fire Drive is being a price point of like roughly $6.
I'm seeing it all here. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So
Optimus
what it seems.
Go on.
So it looks like that we're gonna have what looks like a weapon scale, which is gonna be like, I guess, like a legend scale, which will be for $5.99 characters like Fire Drive. Then we're going to have the deluxe scale, which we'll get into the next character after that. And the Optimus Prime we were discussing is a Voyager. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Just to cut you off
okay.
there. So then we have the Sideswipe. And the Sideswipe is an interesting fusion of what they were trying to do with his alt mode in Robots in Disguise 2.0 mixed with what really is something that looks like the Masterpiece toy. A lot of people, when we were at TFcon, they were like, wow, they just pretty much took the Masterpiece toy and retooled it. And, I mean, it looks really good. It looks really good. It really invokes that of the G1 Sideswipe. I mean, if people are going to complain about Cyberverse being 2G1, you can't complain about the Generations line being 2G1 because that's the whole point of it. So this is a really good-looking Sideswipe figure without having to be 100% like the original LP2000 Countach, LP200.
And also, one thing I'm noticing is that there's little decals on their shins and their belts and their feet, some like wear and tear. Optimus has it too, like on his shins, and his shoulder pads has this wear and tear look on it. Like they've been through a battle, basically.
Yeah, maybe it's the emphasis that it's the war for Cybertron, that they've been going through long battles, and this is the whole aesthetic of it. The thing is, are you sure that they're stickers and they're not just paint applications? Which would be great if that's the case. If they're paint applications, that's
or even what do you call those
tempographs?
Yeah, tempographs would be fine as well, I think.
It's possible, yeah. But I mean, that'd be really cool if it was that instead of just stickers. But this looks really awesome. And just to go on to another piece of news and related to that, those were images that we saw. And I'm just going to pretty much pull up the full list that we have here. Same thing also when we got all that news that broke and we saw all these images and everyone was excited and stuff. Prior to those images coming out, and again, this was all stuff on the TFcon Friday when we were long gone. We got huge lists of, were like listings essentially of what is going to be coming. And it kind of confirmed also what we were discussing originally. And these lists, obviously, they originated from an Amazon, in this case, Amazon Australia. And when we discussed what could be the next War for Cybertron line, the next Generations line, we talked about what could be the next natural progression. We talked about a lot of different things. One thing that we did emphasize was that of Micromasters. And lo and behold, I mean, I don't want to say we were right, but look what we got here. So we have a whole bunch of listings for different Micromaster sets, which we have like the Transformers Rescue action figure, the Transformers Battle action figure, the Transformers Airstrike action figure,
right.
Spy action figure, sports car action, race car action, and off-road patrol action. If you look at the naming conventions of all these individual things, with the exceptions of one or two, these completely correlate to that of the previous 1989 Micromaster lines, specifically like Race Car Patrol, Sports Car Patrol, Off-Road Patrol, Airstrike Patrol. They're keeping even the naming conventions, Battle Patrol, Rescue Patrol. So this pretty much guarantees, judging by a lot of these, like, give you an example here, Rescue Patrol, pretty much means we're probably going to be getting a Holly, aka Stakeout. You know, we're going to be getting like modern interpretations of those old Micromaster characters.
Ooh.
Are we getting all four, or are they going to go maybe only three, a la traditional Minicon 3-pack? We don't know. So there's no guarantee. Or maybe it's only a 2-pack. Maybe it's only a 2-pack of characters. So like there's no confirmation how many you're getting here, but we just know through these listings that something of a Micromaster nature is coming in multiple different releases. So that's pretty cool that we're going to be getting something like that. But there's no photos thus far and no price points just yet. There was also a mysterious listing for something called Power Ram, but that might be a role-play item. Still no confirmation on that yet. But otherwise, really cool stuff. I'm not too crazy about the Optimus Prime's alt mode, but I mean, maybe I just have to see it in person. It's very out there. But I think, but you know what? At this point, between a new masterpiece coming out of the G1 design, everything that's coming from Cyberverse with G1 designs, it shouldn't surprise me that they're trying to do a little something different this time around. So I don't blame them. A lot of people were being very harsh on that Voyager and like, what the hell is going on with its truck mode? Why does it have like a million lights on it? I was just going like, look, you know what? We're going to get that truck design in so many different ways from so many other sublines this year and next year. Why not try do something different? So I welcome that, and I'm curious to see more as it gets released, because I love Micromasters. It was some of my first Transformers. Anything you want to say about this before we close up this craziness?
I'm digging what they're doing. I didn't. You pointing out that Sideswipe definitely looks like MP Sideswipe Lambor. I think that's really, really good. I think that's really cool. I think you could. If you have kids, you could be like, well, here's your MP Sideswipe and here's mine. Like, I think that's really cool, and also very telling. At a
quarter of the cost.
Yeah, and also telling of. I think the only sad part about this one is that it doesn't come with that spoiler.
Yeah.
But I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
It's clearly a departure from the old LP Countach. Obviously, not to have to pay licensing rights and stuff. But regardless of the fact, it does a pretty darn good job being similar to it.
Yeah, and also just to tie it in with our third-party bit that we did just not too long ago, the fact that there are quite a few sideswipes that are being shown again, like, it's just like, okay, why are you doing more sideswipes? Why are you doing more? So we already got MP sideswipe, you don't need to do it. And then Hasbro's coming out with another one, So I don't know if it's just third party doing third party, or if it was them seeing this coming down the pipe. If there was another leak, you know what I mean? And they're like, let's put out some more. But I mean, it's not the same price point. It wouldn't make sense. But I don't know. It's just
part of me feels that I think it's just them kind of looking at the long-term span of, like I said, when it comes to trademarking names. Sideswipe was in the Robots in Disguise 2.0 series, but there's clearly nothing planned for that leading up to, let's say the movie stuff.
Right.
So he's clearly not going to be in the Bumblebee movie per se. He's not, at least not that we know of up to this point.
True.
So he's clearly not going to be in that line. We haven't had any reveals yet that really say he's going to be in studio series. So I think they're just going like, where do we put our iconic character? and throw his name somewhere. You know, we don't got a Creo or a Bot Shots right now, so maybe we could put him here. That's one explanation. There's one of many reasons that sometimes characters are chosen for certain lines and waves and stuff. So, but either way, pretty cool stuff. I'm looking forward to most of it.